in on a little secret. It has to do with a big word that most people know very little bit about. It's called periodization. Day in and day out, I'm receiving emails and phone calls from coaches and parents that want to know, when do I do what type of exercise? How do I structure the program? What types of reps and sets do I use? Well, guess what? There is a system, and it's called periodization, that tells you when to do what. Now, it's going to obviously be different for different athletes and depending on the goals that you're going to use, but I'm going to talk about the wrong way to do it, and this is the way that most people are doing it, and the right way to do it, the way I'm doing it, and also the way that I teach you in my football strength program, and the way that we do it here at Strength Camp. Now, I don't want to use the word wrong, but in my opinion, the less effective way, and efficient way as well, of using periodization is with linear periodization. This is basically where you take different strength qualities and you spread them out over the course of a year or so. So say, for example, the first phase is bodybuilding. You spend about 3 months on bodybuilding, or a general preparatory phase, where you're just doing basic exercises. Then you go to your strength phase, and that's when you're really starting to use heavier weights, higher intensities, lower repetitions. So you sort of left the bodybuilding stage, you're in the strength phase, and then you move on to your power or sport-specific phase. This is what you usually do right before the football season or your sports season. This is where you're doing more jumping, sprinting, and things that are applicable to your sport. Now, it sort of makes sense, right? You build a foundation, you get stronger, you get more powerful. But what happens is your nervous system or your body basically forgets what you did 9 months ago now that you're approaching a power program. So you're in your sports-specific program, but I guarantee you, you're not nearly as strong or probably as big as you were when you were bodybuilding. Now, wouldn't it make sense if you had a program that allowed you to get bigger, stronger, and faster at the same time? Now, not only does this make sense because most athletes that are watching this are also multi-sport athletes, but also because we don't want to lose the strength qualities as we move on through the off-season. So we spend a lot of time bodybuilding and then completely leave it. I gained 40 pounds during the off-season, but now I'm in my power phase and I lost 20 pounds of it, but I'm getting a little bit faster. It's almost like that entire phase was a waste of time. Now, what we do is we take bodybuilding, powerlifting, and speed training, and I slash that in with strongman because I consider that functional / explosive type workouts. We take those 3 strength qualities, and based on where we are in the season, there's like a pie chart. We use more or less of each one of those, but the key is we're always using all 3 qualities. Now, granted, early in the off season, when you just finished your season, we don't need to do much speed and power. We don't need to do too much functional exercise. We really need to get that size back, that weight that we lost, that strength that we lost during the off season, during this in season. So we'll spend, say, if it's a pie chart, 70% of our time bodybuilding, and then the next 30% powerlifting, getting stronger again. As we go along, we don't abandon bodybuilding. Hey, we just put on 30 pounds with bodybuilding. It's great stuff. And we're eating more, we're getting bigger, we're getting more massive. We don't want to ignore or leave that stuff alone. It worked for us for so long, but what we'll do is we'll take it from 70% of that pie chart down to maybe 50% or 40%, and then increase the amount of volume we do for strength building and add in some powerlifting and add in some speed and power development. So we've got a pie chart that includes all 3 at this time. Now, as we get closer to the season, that bodybuilding portion may shrivel down to 30% or 40%, but we never get rid of it. We never stop doing it because it worked. It got us to where we are. We don't want to ignore it, but we also add in a percentage of our strength building, which is our powerlifting, and a greater portion of our speed and functional sports-specific type training. And we follow that year-round. So linear periodization, dead. Conjugate periodization, that's the way we do it. Hope that helps you.